What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, it looks like Amir Khan has won the poll. He etched out Marcos Maidana in terms of the number of votes. So, we'll see. It looks like he has secured the spot, but it's boxing, so I have to hear from the horse's mouth. Like Floyd Mayweather said previously, if it didn't come from him, Ellerby, Al Heyman, then it's not official. So, I'm waiting for them to make it official. Make sure there's no loopholes or anything like that. Khan also had that situation in the UK with the alleged cocaine use. So, Amir Khan took to Twitter a couple hours ago. I'm up early. Figured I'd get this video in. And he's basically going to bat for his chin. And to me, I think it's a bad look. You won the poll. It looks like you're going to get the fight with Floyd Mayweather, the fight of your life, or the fight that you've been begging for. I mean, he's called Mayweather out in the past, called him a chicken, and he wanted the fight for some time. Only problem is a lot of people don't feel Khan deserves it based on his recent performances and taking 2 consecutive losses and then having one step-up, tune-up fight, or not step-up, tune-up fight against Carlos Molina from a lower division coming up in weight. And then you got troubled by Julio Diaz. So a lot of people just feel he doesn't deserve it. Then there's some people that are like, oh, it's going to make for a better fight than Marcos Maidana. Me personally, I think the poll was definitely like predetermined. I think the person that they wanted to win was going to win, whoever that was, for whatever reason. Amir Khan being the bigger draw, that some people would say. It looks like he is the man. So I honestly think that the poll was going to favor whoever they had on their agenda. It was just an excuse to make it look like they were empowering the fans, and I also feel it's a brilliant scapegoat. It's a brilliant marketing plan, because you can use it as a scapegoat. Like, hey, I didn't vote, y'all voted, and you don't know if someone's fudging the numbers or whatnot. So. Moving on, it is what it is. Khan's getting the shot. I just don't want to hear anybody, if the fight doesn't go how you expect it and Khan doesn't perform how you expect it, I don't want to hear no shit. Y'all motherfuckers were the ones that were like, oh, I need speed for speed. Fuck Mayweather against a slow, flat-footed brawler. We already know what he can do. Canelo, Guerrero, and then you started throwing out a bunch of names. Y'all motherfuckers said you wanted speed for speed. It looks like you're going to be getting that. Khan has tremendous, blistering hand speed. So if it doesn't go in your favor, I don't want to hear no bullshit as far as why it didn't turn out how you expected it or whatever the situation. So waiting for the initial announcement. Back to Khan again. I just don't see why he's trying to justify. Let me first tell you guys, I'll put the link in the description of one of the articles that he put. So someone did an article and they were going through boxing's history and making up not making up, but they were pointing out some facts about previous boxers. So I'll read it. Amir Khan has been knocked out twice in 31 fights, once in every 15.5 bouts. Fact: Kosta was also KO'd twice in 31 bouts, but no one considers him weak. In fact, he is revered as a warrior and a legend. Fact: Arturo Gatti was knocked out 5 times in 49 fights, once in every 9.8 bouts. Interestingly, his bravado was never questioned, and Gatti is viewed as one of the most gritty fighters in the sport's history. Fact: Mike Tyson was stopped 5 times in 58 fights, once every 11.6 bouts. While Mike Tyson isn't considered as durable as Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, or George Foreman, no one would dare classify him as chinny. Fact: Ricky Hatton was stopped 3 times in 45 fights, once every 15 bouts. He has his ability to absorb punishment ever been questioned, and he said the fighters above are praised for their skills and resilience, yet Khan is perceived as weak. A comparison by the numbers tell a different tale. First of all, let me tell you this. With any sport, you can come up with all kinds of statistics. I mean, I'm actually impressed when I watch football or basketball even. The announcers come up with all kinds of, like, the Denver Broncos were the only team to make it to the Super Bowl with two different colored uniforms on. I mean, there's a stat for everything. Let's be honest. If you're a sports fan, you should know this. There's a stat for everything. Barry Bonds hit this home run in the park, so he's the first person to hit this amount of home runs in this stadium. You know what I mean? There's going to be a stat for everything, a statistic for everything. So if one is so inclined, and I mean, today's day and age, like Wikipedia's and Google's and stuff, or whatever credible sources, BoxRec, the internet in general, you can find a lot of information and you can get it to you quick. So just want to give a quick breakdown. I mean, the point that they're trying to make is funny because, one, you're using Kosta, who lost and then decided to retire. Good fighter. I like Kosta, but you can't compare apples and oranges. Like, I mean, you're comparing two different fighters, two different eras, two different fighting styles, and you're also comparing two different resumes. The fact of the matter is, Amir Khan is not Kosta. Kosta was the underdog and he upset Zab Judah. Fact. So if you want to tell another fact, he upset Zab Judah. So at the time Amir Khan fought Zab Judah, it was probably, if anything, maybe 50-50. I wouldn't consider it a massive upset because Zab Judah had lost to Kosta, lost to Mayweather. He had lost to a lot of people at the time. So I don't know who was the underdog or whatever, but I know it must have been close in terms of the betting odds. Another thing, Amir Khan lost to Danny Garcia, who was the underdog. So that's another example of a fighter who was really brought in as a last-minute replacement because a Lamont Peterson rematch couldn't happen or didn't happen because of the high testosterone levels. So you're talking about two different things. And then you look at Mike Tyson. One, Mike Tyson has openly admitted in his new book that he was doing drugs and finding a way to get around it in the drug testing so it didn't show up. It showed up in the Galata fight, but he was abusing even before that. I think he said even in his teens was the first time he experimented with drugs and stuff like that. Big difference. Another thing, Mike Tyson is a heavyweight. One punch, if any division, one punch can be the telling, changing of a fight. Of course, it's the heavyweight division. The higher you go in weight, not saying in other divisions one punch can't affect anything, but clearly in the heavyweight, one punch can change everything. I seen Hasim Rahman knock out Lennox Lewis, but I don't think that Rahman was overall a better fighter than Lennox Lewis. But one punch did him in. He got knocked out, and then he avenged that loss. Then you're throwing Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton was undefeated until he fought Mayweather. He had 45 fights. He lost to Mayweather and he lost to Pacquiao convincingly. He got knocked out. But at the time, I mean, he lost to the guys who were in the number 1 and 2 spots in boxing, pound for pound. So what does that have to do with Amir Khan? Amir Khan lost to Bradis Prescott, definitely not revered as the number 1 pound for pound in the world or the number 2 pound for pound in the world at all. So what the fuck does this have to do with anything? He was troubled by Julio Diaz, who most considered was shop worn. It was at a catch weight. And like I said, this whole chart or whatever really has nothing to do with life because these are all different fighters, some in different weight divisions, some in different past generations or whatnot. So it's funny that people try to reach. And if you watch my videos, some people say all kinds of stuff like, oh, you hate Muslims. Like, some of my favorite fighters of all time are Muslims. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. I was a huge Prince Nassim Rahman fan. So that's stupid. And the funny thing is with Khan, like I think in the grand scheme of things, if what you're saying is pure, you really don't have to go out of your way to, like I said, you already won the poll. You don't have to go out of your way to try to rationalize or justify it. Like some people, oh, you're racist against Pakistani people and Mexican. Clearly not the case. I've done plenty of videos, but you know what I'm saying? People want to target the one thing you say negatively about their favorite fighter or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're racist. But a lot of times point being, a lot of times you guys say dumb shit to me, and I just let it slide because at the end of the day, I don't have to justify no bullshit accusation. So as far as Khan, I think he should just let it go. As far as this like whole reference chart, you're dealing with apples and oranges. And then if you come on my channel and listen to the videos that I've made, you will know that I've never questioned and checked the history. If you don't believe me, go to the video, type in Amir Khan in the search and ego, and watch all my videos that I've done about Amir Khan. I have never said the man doesn't have heart. I always credit him for that. I give credit where it's due. I say he has tremendous heart. He has tremendous hand speed. He has balls. Like he doesn't take the easy route. Aside from the Devin Alexander, I can't really think of a time where he really backed out of a fight. And the Devin Alexander, although it's not a choice that I think helped him or that I necessarily would have made if I was Khan, but no one's going to pass up a Mayweather sweepstakes opportunity to fight Devin Alexander, who has the ability to make the fight like a stinker, has the ability to, like you've seen it in the Randall Bailey fight. Randall Bailey and Devin Alexander was perhaps one of the worst fights that I can remember seeing last year. I think it was last year. So no one's going to, I mean, you can't fault Khan too much for that, because who's going to mess up their chance at Mayweather to fight Devin Alexander? It's just not realistic. As much as I think it hurt him, it didn't help him. It's not necessarily something that I would like ostracize him for, because if you have an opportunity, like if let's say I had the opportunity and I was fighting at 147, which I'm clearly bigger than, but hypothetically, let's say I was fighting at 147 and I was scheduled to fight Mike Arenadas or something, and then Mayweather had a cancellation, someone tested positive that he was scheduled to face, and then they called me. You think I'm going to take Mike Arenadas, or you think I'm going to go with the Mayweather pay? Of course. I mean, the opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm sure any fighter would do that. So I don't fault Amir Khan for that. Like I said, contrary to some people's belief, I do give Amir Khan a fair shake. I don't hate the dude, don't know the dude, but I keep it real and I give you my honest take. And as far as him, I think he fights amateurish. I think his chin is questionable if it's hit. I mean, for the most part, this is boxing, so any punch can hurt anyone. But you have to look at his track record. He got hurt by Julio Diaz. He got hurt by Danny Garcia. He got hurt by Brandon Prescott. He got hurt in the amateurs. It's different. You know what I mean? Like, and the other thing about this whole chart that he posted is it's not all about getting knocked out. You don't just get classified as having a glass chin for getting knocked out. It's your ability to take a punch, to take a flush punch by anybody. And it's also who's punching. Like, you look at Mike Tyson. Okay, he was knocked out by Buster Douglas or stopped by Lennox Lewis. I mean, these are big-ass heavyweights. Lennox Lewis was, I mean, he's like one of the only heavyweights in recent memory to avenge every single loss. So, anyway, as far as Amir Khan, like I said, you won the poll. I would just keep it at that instead of arguing for your chin. Just show and prove. If you feel you're going to beat Mayweather, just do that instead of like posting these articles and chin, huh? I don't have a chin. Like, why justify it? Just like I said, it just makes you look like desperate, and it makes it look like there's actually some truth and you're taking it personal. You know what I mean? 'Cause again, every time that I do a video, someone always says something crazy. There's usually not a video I've done where someone doesn't say something crazy to me. But if what they're saying has no bearing or no validity, I could give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I fuck with you guys and I'll entertain something, but I'm not going to go out of my way, stop anything I'm doing, like cancel my plan, like cancel everything. I got to respond to this person who said I was racist. Like, what? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Amir Khan, Mayweather, if the fight happens, which it looks like it's going to. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.